Hi, my name is Katie. Welcome to my Fluid Art channel. If you saw a couple videos ago, I did a beginner straight pour using primary colors. Today I want to do what's called a jiggle pour, kind of freestyle. The paints we're using, and I suggest you get if you've never poured and you're intimidated by colors. I found a set made by Amsterdam. They sell it at Michael's. You get your primary magenta, primary yellow, primary cyan, white, and black in the same kit. Now, when you start pouring, before every painting, check the level of your canvas. It's got to be level. This is fluid art. It will slide off of your canvas. So you have to have a level canvas. You also need a bottle of water in case some of your paint has thickened up. I'll go into how I mix my paint in the next few videos, so keep checking back. Let me show you the dry results of a painting I did yesterday. This was a wandering straight pour. Dried nicely. Love the colors. Okay. Now, what I use as a pouring medium is called Floetrol. You get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, some paint stores. And I'll go into how I mix my paint, like I said, in a couple videos. I'll tell you that I mixed 2 parts of that Floetrol to 1 part paint. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill a few cups and do what I'm going to call, I guess, a freestyle jiggle pour. I'm only going to put 1 layer of each color. Not 2 layers or 3 layers, just 1 layer. I'm going to start with the blue. The white. The yellow. Magenta. And black. Now, I rarely put black in a pour. However, I wanted to use all 5 of those tubes. Okay, the rest of these cups I will fill at the same time. So, blue. If you get more of one color than another, that's not a problem. It'll just be a slightly different outcome. White. When these colors are mixed together, let's say yellow and the primary magenta, you'll get orange. If you stick with the primary colors, you have less chance of making mud. And you understand the patterns in your pour better. Now we could get a little bit of purple, we could get a little bit of green, we could get a little bit of orange. Red, or primary magenta it's called. Now Liquitex, for instance, makes primary red, primary yellow, and primary blue. But that's what they're called: primary red, primary yellow, and primary blue. This is called primary magenta. I'll go into that at a later date. I forgot to put yellow in there, you see that? No big deal. I'll just put some yellow in there now. All right. Some black. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick a little bit of blue there for reasons, yeah, I'm going to put, now I'll go ahead and put the black. Sometimes black and yellow will make a green because blacks have some blue in them. So. But if you don't have a problem with green, that's not a problem. We still may get a small amount of green anyway in these other cups. Don't stress, just have fun. All right. Now a jiggle pour just simply means pour out the paint and jiggle. You can turn your wrist. You can turn it back. You can travel. Now, see how pretty that is? Very simple. At the end of the day, what matters is the consistency of your paint, but I will teach you that when I show you how I mix my paint. Now, please don't wait until you think you understand it all, because that may never happen. I've been doing this for a few years and I still get surprised. So, all right, this time I think I'm going to start over here. Yeah, you can make little circles too. It's called a ring pour. You can jiggle, turn your wrist. I think this is a good pour also to teach your kids how to pour. It's easy enough, depending on their age. You can go anywhere you want. Pretty? Yeah, if you've wanted to start this art and you've gone to the paint store, it can be overwhelming. There's a lot of colors. I'll also show you on the color wheel how to mix some colors, because these three colors will make every color in the world. These three colors with the black and the white. And you just go wherever you want, whatever feels good. You can even go up on an area that you don't like. If you've got too much of one color, and those look like flames. If I had my way, everybody that wants to pour paint will. It's been such a joyous thing in my life. Okay, now we're going to go with that cup that I put the black on top of the yellow. Let's see what happens. So far, we don't have any green that I can see. But we may here. It also has to do with the consistency of your paint. Uh, on how much things blend. See how you move your hand will make different patterns. Just play. Have fun. It's a go with the flow. All right. Now, you're going to need a torch also. You don't need one as big as this one. You can buy them for $5 at the corner store or smoke shop. Don't think you need all the top of the line stuff to get started, because you don't. There's a lot to learn. Okay, now I'm going to use what's called a flow extender. All that means is a little paint to help our puddle move. It's the toughest to get to the corners. If you like your pattern that you poured out, you're going to want a little extra paint around the side. Let's see if I can show you with my hands how. Well, let me go ahead and put it out and then I'll explain. The first rule when it comes to art and pouring paint is really there is no rules. So don't stress. Let's see. We probably don't need any more, but let me go ahead and put a little here. I'm just using what I had left in my cups. All right. Now it doesn't matter what this looks like. It's going to go over the side. Without a flow extender, your paint will grab the dry canvas and roll under, and you'll lose everything on the outside. In some pours, that's okay, but when you have a pour that you've made patterns that you like, you need a flow extender. You're probably saying, well, that might be a waste of paint. However, what falls off of my canvas and onto my plastic, which is always clean when I start, I scrape that paint off, and even if it's a weird color, it doesn't really matter, and I use it as a flow extender in another painting. This is all going to go over the edge, so it doesn't matter what it looks like at this point. All right. Let's give it another torch. We torch because you get air bubbles, especially when you're jiggling your paint or pouring it from up high. You're going to get air bubbles. If you've just mixed your paint, you're going to have air bubbles. Wow, we got a little purple right here. I don't think we got any green, though. Anyway, you want to get rid of the bubbles. And if you don't, as the painting dries, you will get pit holes, because eventually those bubbles will pop. So you want to get rid of them now. And if you look into the light, you can see if you still have air bubbles. All right. Now I have it on what's called a spinner, just to turn it and get it around. I'm not going to spin it. We'll go into that at another. Always start with your paint in the center of your canvas. Move it back and forth, move it around. Wherever it's moving the most is what's called the weight of the paint. You always start in the center of your canvas. Then make a decision where you want to go. I think I'm going to go, this is a longer canvas. I probably should have done a square. So in this case, we need to walk it down. A little to the side. A little to the side. You might not want to start with a longer canvas. This is a 10 by 20. But you can get 12 by 16s. I would say it's 12 by 16 is probably the best size to start on. And it's big enough to do a little freestyling, but not so big. Tilting is one of the most important things behind the consistency of your paint. Take your time. Always bring your paint back to the center of the canvas. Again, that's where the paint is moving the most. And we're going to take it to that corner near you. Back to the center of your canvas. Now, if you want to see a beginner straight pour, I'm not sure what number video it is, but it's a couple videos back, maybe 5. I use these same colors except for the black. I don't use the black in that one. That set of paints, it's about $26. I got it at Michael's. But like I said, you can get a primary blue, a primary red. Liquitex makes a primary red, primary blue, and a primary yellow. Now we bring the paint back to the center. Then we're going to bring it to that corner there. Let's go a little this way. The less paint you have on your canvas, the slower it's going to move. Just be patient. Just like that. Now that's very pretty. Now, see, this is the cup that I put the yellow and the black next to. Look how different that pour is than the other pours. We got a little pink. Seems to be even like a little bit of a light purple too. All right, if you're happy with your painting at this point, bring your paint back to the center of the canvas. Now, when you're done painting, what you need to do is to scrape the bottom edge of your canvas. You got to get the drips off. If you don't, you'll come back in an hour and those drips will, from the weight of the drips, will pull paint down from your canvas and change your composition, your patterns. So always get the drips off. If you come back and you have drips on one side and not another, that means you didn't level your table properly. You've got to have a level table. And it's not whether your house is level or not. It's your canvas. So use what you need to, a popsicle stick, whatever you need to stick under to make things level. Okay. I know where mine is level on this table, and you will after a while with your table. I know mine is level right there. I'm going to take my gloves off. I'm going to give it a final torch. As you stretch, more bubbles will come up. Now, I just dripped in my painting. If you do that, just take your bare finger, touch it lightly, pick it up. Just like that. Now I'm going to grab the camera and bring you down for a closer look. If you like this video, you found it informative at all, give me a thumbs up, go ahead and subscribe, and if you hit the notification button, the little bell, they will let you know next time I upload. And like I said, in a few videos, I will show you how I mix my paint. It's probably the simplest mixture out there. We're not going to weigh things in grams and stuff like that. That's not going to happen. All right, I'm going to grab the camera. It's going to make a noise. Sorry. All right, let me get the ring light. I don't know why I don't do that first. Okay. Very pretty. I think the composition is probably this way. And if not, maybe this way. Very nice. Simple. No complicated colors. If you're going to go out and buy that kit today, go ahead and pick up what's called a color wheel. It is so important. And just sit on your couch and look at it. Just read it. You'll learn that from these colors you can make anything. Thank you. Like I said, please check back with me in a couple of, maybe 3 videos. And I'll show you how I mix my paint. Ring the little bell and they'll let you know next time I upload. Subscribing is free. There's no obligation to anything. Thank you. Bye.